So umpire Buller just waiting for the last of the spectators to get off the ground.
Just one other comment, Judge.
Yes.
How tough's Russell Hearn?
Yeah, pretty tough. Doesn't mind how big they are, he goes against them.
I think he's leading by stature at the moment.
And he's in the middle with Corey Lockwood and Paul Price. And as we said, the three prime drivers of possession for North Geelong in the middle with Ray Robertson, who started in the ruck in the first term, was then replaced by Jamie Weiss to give him a rest. He'll be up against Rob Walton to start the second term. 7-1-43 North Geelong. They lead Corio 3-4-22. The Devils with the aid of a slight breeze in this second term. Walton goes up and gets it down, but Hearn roves the pack. Kick was smothered though by Walton, who's in there again, but running away Darryl Jones. Clearing kick towards half forward. Flack in front, giving Dabrowski a bit of the run around at half forward. Well, he played on, said the umpire, did he? No. Oh, and Dabrowski's not happy. And Simon Flack will get it at half forward. The kick. So
certainly played on with a handball.
I think he was very lucky there, Simon Flack. So, where's he going to? The lead, Jamie Weiss. He might go in that direction. He does so now. Sets it up. He and Gibbs. Weiss goes up. Can't take the mark. Off hands to the back of the pack. And the Devils have got the numbers. Ricky O'Toole runs away at half back. Goes long towards half forward. A foot race. And out there, Tate. Will it sit for him? He taps it on, but coming across was Scown, who backed himself. Well. Didn't sit, though, and Tate was there. Handball over the top. And got it towards Charles, who tried to tap it on intelligently back towards his teammates. He needs some there, though. Lockwood runs in with his head down. No free kick for him. Corio got the numbers again. Handball by Rivet, chopped off by Jones. Tried to slip the handball. Zitko through it. Robertson, handball over the top was okay. Lockwood runs towards Scown, gives him the handball, runs through the middle, chips it towards Troy Elsing, and he takes it right in the middle of Osborne Park. Rathje gave him half a lead. And now Flack goes short. He goes further afield, though. One out, Gibbs and Cockrell. Oh, that's a push and a free kick to Ian Cockrell at the 50-metre defensive line. And he handballs it off to coach Ricky O'Toole. Goes with a left boot. Drills it towards Rick Lazarick on centre wing. He takes the mark. Goes with the right boot towards half forward. Tate should have the arms to go up and take the mark, but he can't do so. Burns, the mismatch there. Burns can't break away. And Jones is in there also. At half forward for Corio, the umpire will come in and bounce the footy.
So on half forward flank, I thought Jones was a bit stiff not to get a free kick. Sort of pushed fairly high on the shoulders, but umpire was right there. Now has the footy, puts it in the air. Half forward flank for Corio. Rivet gets the tap down to Walker. Breaks a tackle, chips it towards half forward. Or Lee Clifford on the second attempt has taken the mark just inside 50. Now he just chips a pass. The lead has come. Well, it didn't have to. Oh, Tate has dropped the mark. He should have taken absolutely on his own. He gets a handball over the top to Boyle. Boyle kicks it over the head. He's gone right across the face of goal. It's still in play. Barry O'Toole, if he can pick it up, he's got a chance. Plays for the free kick. In fact, gets it. And, well, the advantage paid to Davey Bingham. And Davey Bingham has kicked the goal for Corio. Free kick to O'Toole, advantage to Bingham, and it's a goal. So on the Raiders bingo scoreboard, Corio 4-4-28. They trail North Geelong 7-1-43, and it's taken 3 minutes into the second quarter.
They needed that start, Pete, though, didn't they? Needed the first goal.
I think they did. And, that was well played for. I think the free kick was definitely there, and well played for by O'Toole.
I think he made sure it was there, Pete. Arms flailing. And
for the old timers out there listening, it was a bit of Kevin Bartlett, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
Throw the arms out and squeal a lot.
Quite true.
So back in the middle, Robertson up against Rob Walton. And the umpire throws the ball in the air. Robertson gets it down. Lockwood's there. He's got Rowe on his outboard if he can get around. He breaks a couple of tackles and runs through the middle. Goes to the right boot towards Gibbs. Dabrowski comes across Gibbs. Flack. It'll sit in the arms. 30 metres out on the left. Show all the skills, Simon, if you don't mind. Kicks his third. So the quickest reply you get for North Geelong, they get their 8th, 8-1-49. They lead Corio 4-4-28. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 4 minutes played.
They've told me, Pete, how good this guy is, Flack, and tell you what, the first quarter and a bit's the best game of footy I've seen him play. He has got skills both sides of the body, reads it pretty well, and I tell you what, he's a bit like Kevin Bartlett. Get him within the space of goals and he gains another leg.
But it's a bit unbelievable, isn't it? Like the last few weeks, we've been following because of the footy show on the TV. You listen to Dick, rave on about him. So we've been kind of following him a little bit more closely. But he's been playing in the back line, the forward line, in the centre, all over the shop.
Our other commentary friend downstairs says that Justin Tate should be on him, so we'll see where we go from there. Ricky O'Toole breaks free from the middle, gets a kick away. Michael Rowe will lead in the race for the football. Bigham comes across. Daniel Gibbs is there as well. Bigham just tries to tap it onto Keating. Handball back, or tap onto Bigham. He tried to be a bit fancy there. Daniel Gibbs is going to get pinged and holding the ball against Daniel Gibbs on centre wing. It'll be Ricky O'Toole with the free kick. So O'Toole now goes back into the middle. Shocking kick though. Didn't get its target. Rathje's there. Scown. Great pick up on the run through. Goes to the right foot kick high towards David Gibbs. In front of Dabrowski. Got a free kick. Played for it nicely. Made sure the umpire saw it. Well, why isn't that advantage? Anyway, Gibbs comes back. And 50. That's why it's not advantage. So
Round arm.
Round arm. And that's 50.
It's interesting.
And Ricky O'Toole can't believe it.
Ricky's had a word to say to the umpire. I'm not quite sure what all that was about. It was interesting. I thought, Pete, if the free kick was in the course of play, why would he give me 50 as well?
I think the free kick was there, but I don't know about the 50. And he indicated that it was for a high tackle. Well, that's what the free kick's paid for, not a bonus 50 metres.
So David Gibbs from the goal square kicks the goal. His third. So him and Simon Flacker got 3 each. That's North Geelong's 9th. They go to 9-1-55. They lead Corio 4-4-28, and that is on the Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 6 minutes in the second term.
I suppose, Pete, it's a fair test of character now for Corio. You get a decision like that goes against you, and now your team and your personal discipline's got to come to the fore.
I'd go the other way. The personal discipline, then the team.
Well, whatever.
I think that is most important at this point. They need to really just concentrate on the footy, don't they?
Oh yes, they've got to.
Because they are good enough. They're a bloody good side and a good running side with lots of ability, but they just need to make sure they don't take their eye off the ball.
It's a pretty good brand of footy at the moment, and I think another football might have gone over the fence at the northern end as the president heads around that way looking for the footy.
Just put your finger in your pocket, chicken, and get out another $90. It's all right. It's okay. They're only footies.
So another football comes in from the club rooms.
He and the secretary of the club are off to get those 2 footballs.
Why wouldn't you?
Like seriously, how could you play finals here if you lost footies all the time?
Umpire Gladkey.
Very good.
Back with the football in the middle of the ground. How do you follow that? Up it goes.
40-foot cyclone fence, the secretary of the league
gets the
says.
tap down. Lockwood grabbed, nearly beheaded, I'd suggest, as, the North Geelong players remonstrating against the tackler there. And I think the umpires will need just to take a bit of control here. So umpire Gladkey's taken control, suggested that Matty Cullen was a metre from where he should have been, and allowing players a few seconds just to tone themselves down a little bit. And nearly all the players on the ground are in the forward half for North Geelong. Lockwood takes a free kick, goes wide to centre wing to Friars. He plays on quickly. The lead there was, well, to me it was Ricky O'Toole. It went absolutely straight to him. And poor kick from Chris Friars on that occasion. O'Toole, he just chips it also to centre half back Bigham. Handball back to Ricky O'Toole. He goes pretty wide. It's going to go very close to the boundary line. In fact, in front of our broadcast position, it is over on the full. And Chris Friars for North Geelong will get the free kick in front of our broadcast position. Chips it short. Paul Price makes position. Plays on quickly now. On the left foot, the lead has come from Weiss. Oh, great interception there by Davey Bingham. Picked up by Keating. Over to Bingham. Over to, that was Walton coming through. No, in fact, Lazarick. And, the ball's, under a pack of players. Surely the umpire will blow the whistle as he does. And we'll put it in the air between centre wing and half forward flank. Just to the forward area for North Geelong, kicking in the second quarter to the northern end. So the umpire, big pack of players surrounding him, puts the ball in the air. Robertson uses the body, gets it down to Cullen. He's tackled. Ball comes to ground. Gibbs handball out only as far as Ricky O'Toole. He weaves his way through the pack. Finally, he's run a long way. Finally gets a left kick to centre half forward. Mark not taken by Zitko. Comes to ground. Bolchevic over the top to Tate. Scown puts his body on the line, but Tate following up has run of the footy. If he can get it, he's got a chance to kick a goal here, but Burns He gets the ball back to Daryl Jones for North. Jones over the top to Zitko, and North clear the danger area. The kick from Zitko has almost found David Gibbs. He juggled the ball, unfortunately off the fingertips over the boundary line. So outer side centre wing.
Who kicked that ball, Jason?
Mario Zitko.
Zitko, was it?
Zitko, yes.
Mario Zitko.
Well done. Very good. Boundary throw in. Learning well out here at North Geelong. You've done well. Hearn goes up for the ruck contest. In the middle, Gibbs. And also there, Hearn again. And pack develops. Hearn still in there fighting hard against Bolchevik. Ball spills free now. And kick off the ground. Goes back towards the middle. Barry O'Toole. Can he pick it up? Yes, he can. He's going to handball. Then he elects to kick towards full forward. Boyle. And at the back, Cullen might sit for him. He'll kick the goal. And he does. Matty Cullen has missed it. Would you believe? Has missed the goal.
8 metres out.
And he puts another behind on the board. So they're missing some opportunities here. Corio 4-5-29. They trail North Geelong 9-1-55. And that is on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 10 minutes played.
Well, Pete, there was 2 from within 20 at the other end and 1 from the goal square this end. They're crucial.
They hurt. They really do hurt.
From the kick in, it's Daryl Jones doing the kicking in. He's found McCarthy on the half-back flank for North Geelong. Keating asked to come back on the mark. Oh, gee, it's a terrible kick from McCarthy. Price, he comes in to give assistance. McCarthy picks it up. He's kicked it to a nest of Corio players, and Barry O'Toole casually comes in on centre wing and takes a chest mark. So a bit of an ordinary effort there by McCarthy. Now he's in defence, can't find an opponent as Barry O'Toole goes for the big torpedo. Going to land just outside the 10-metre square. Chris Fryers. He butters up. Gee, I was going to say he's run a long way, but he touches the ball on the ground eventually. Looks for Burns in the middle of the ground. Finds him. Burns drops the mark, but plays on. On centre wing, outer side. Kicks it towards Flack at centre half forward. Neither he nor Lazarick can take the mark. Or coming through strongly there was Ricky Bingham. Kicks it off the ground, gets a handball back. Goes wide now to centre wing. Finds Ricky O'Toole. O'Toole plays on. Tries to kick it around the corner, finds Tate just outside 50. Plays on quickly now. Tate drives back to full forward. In front, Lee Clifford, and that was excellent movement of the football from
That was
Corio.
excellent movement from both sides. It went down the centre of the ground with great skill and then back out like Lux of Fortune, kick off the ground, then back up the other end. As good as any class of football you'd want to look at.
So Lee Clifford takes the mark 15 metres out as Davey Bigham comes off and Dabrowski goes back on as Lee Clifford. The goal umpire's gone a long way across. Don't tell me he's missed that. That is unbelievable. So Lee Clifford misses from 15 metres. Tell you what, they're kicking themselves out of the game, Corio. 4-6-30. They trail North Geelong 9-1-55.
Laurie de Goldie's going ball down the front here, kicking instructions.
I think Laurie might have a few visitors during the week to his kicking school, I think.
And that's the Raiders bingo scoreboard 12 minutes into the second quarter.
So the kick in to come from Daryl Jones at fullback for the Magpies. And good to see the President and Secretary of the Magpies have got the footy back from over the fence, so they'll be happy about that. Save themselves $90. Jones to kick in, goes to the other side, just sets it up, and it's going to be one-on-one. Getting the big hands up there was Rivet, can't take the mark. Tate's there as well on 50, kicks it back towards the middle, and was that? It's down the ground, is it? Free kick. Well, Ray Robertson and Justin Tate are over pretty close to the boundary line. In fact, on the boundary line. And so are a few other people. And Barry O'Toole's in there as well. And so's David Gibbs. Daryl Jones is trying to... and it's been a goal.
Matty Cullen's kicked the goal.
Matthew Cullen has kicked the goal while that's been going on. So...
got a number of players on the outer half-forward flank. And a fair few words being said out there. So, but the upshot of it was the game was allowed to continue. Matty Cullen got the ball in the goal square and kicked the goal.
So Corio go to 5-6-36. North Geelong 9-1-55. That's on the Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. 13 minutes played.
So I think at one stage Ray Robinson and Justin Tate lost their jumpers. And I see Daryl Jones in there mediating as he normally would, of course. But they need to get their mind on the job, Pete, don't they?
They're probably just practicing for grand final day when you swap jumpers.
Oh,
that'd be about all of it.
There wouldn't be much more.
There wouldn't be much more in it than that, I reckon.
So back in the middle now with umpire Burley. All we need to do is find a football as it comes in from the southern end. So it's quite a bit of activity. Players moving here, there, everywhere, and I think the umpires, you could say, have got their hands full, Pete, in the next few minutes.
I think they have, but I think
They've controlled it well.
You won't hear me say this very often, Eric, but yeah, I think they have. They're doing a reasonable job at the minute.
Back in the middle, Weiss has replaced Robertson, who stands at centre half back. Weiss and Walton will do the ruck work. Walton gets it down, coming through the middle. Hearn again, tries to get a kick away. Burns in there in support. Cousins as well, breaks free, drops the footy. Ricky O'Toole in there as well. And over the top of the football, play on the call, said the umpire. No, he'll come in and bounce it now. Just attacking side of the centre square.
Eric, Ricky's very, very strong around the hips.
Yeah.
Like he very rarely gets knocked off the ball, and he tends to be able to just bust through a pack.
Walton gets it down again to that man in question, O'Toole. Gets a kick around the corner towards Amon Charles, and Scown slips over at the crucial stage, but can the ball stay in? Yes, it can for Amon Charles, but bearing down on him is Gibbs. Charles, though, does well, picks it up, kicks around the corner, lead on Fryers in front. Well, it got knocked away by McCarthy, which was okay. Backed himself, goes away, left foot kick towards Elzinger at half back, takes the mark in front of Keating. And be careful, Troy, be careful. Keating against him there. He goes short towards Jones. He takes the mark at half back. He's got Michael Rowe on the wing. He goes in that direction, just sets it up. Michael Rowe takes the mark. Lead on from Flack. He goes in that direction. Oh, great punch away by Lazarick, does well. And Cousins in support, wrapped up. Gets around though. Handball to Walton. His handball. No look really to Barry O'Toole. Sits for Barry O'Toole in the middle. Rowe bears down on him. He gets his kick away towards half forward, and Bolchevic takes the mark at centre half forward on 50. Matthew Cullen gives him a lead, as does Phil Boyle. He elects to go long though. Clifford coming at the back to the front. Can't take the mark. Yes, he can, said the umpire.
Well, did he pay a mark or a free kick or just blow the whistle?
Yeah, the latter, I
blew
think.
the whistle.
So Lee Clifford's got it.
You've got to have it, at least in your hands, for more than a split second.
So Lee Clifford will shoot for goal from about the same spot he missed only a couple of minutes ago. And he's kicked 1 goal 1 this afternoon. He'll come in from 15 metres out, 45-degree angle, and this time he's put it through the middle for his second goal and the sixth for Corio. They go to 6:42, and they're catching up to North Geelong. 9-1-55, Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 16 minutes played.
They've just settled a bit quicker, Pete, than North after that little kerfuffle.
This time they have.
Yeah.
This time they have, yeah.
But yeah, I tend to agree with you. Rather, I think Lee Clifford won't get many easier marks than that in his football career.
No.
However, back with umpire Gladkey in the middle.
We just said nice things about the umpies.
We have. Up goes the footy. Well, it favoured Walton. He taps it down as far as Lockwood. Handball to Elzinger. Elzinger, just a little chip over the top to nobody. Running onto the footy is Barry O'Toole. He can't take it, unfortunately. He's run into by Russell Hearn. Hearn tackled high. Well, actually, he's tackled low. Round the ankle, said umpire Gladkey, and Russell Hearn. The only bloke who wanted the footy in those three has got the free kick centre wing outer side. Just chips it over the top to Burns. Burns takes the mark. Now decides to play on. Who's he got to kick it to? Not a lot. The lead at centre half forward is Ratchie, and despite a bit of strong attention there from Matty King, Jason Ratchie of North Geelong, 45 metres out directly in front, has taken the mark. Drops the footy onto the boot. Terrible kick, I tell you what, but well, the mark perhaps should have been taken by the Corio defence there. You wouldn't believe that. It's fallen into Michael Rowe's arms. He's kicked the ball. It went into Ricky Bingham's body and bounced through for a goal. So it's a behind.
Off the keeper, off the goalkeeper.
So North Geelong increased by a behind. 9-2-56. Corio 6-6-42. Raiders bingo scoreboard, 18 minutes, second quarter.
Bingham kicked in. He looked for Walton. He couldn't get him. Robertson pushed it away. Daniel Gibbs is there. Handball. Was going to go to Jones, but then he gets a high tackle just inside the centre square at half forward. So Daniel Gibbs wearing the number 40 now. He had had to come off with the blood rule in the first quarter with his number 13 jumper, so he's got number 40 on. Now, let's see where he's going to go. He goes with the right boot. And it's a wobbly kick too, and Walton sticks the arms up, can't take the mark. Ricky Bingham's there, or drops the footy, drops it a second time, got some support now. Cockrell got the handball out looking for Ricky O'Toole, tried to get pushed off the ball. Lockwood was there. O'Toole breaks free, again strong. Handball to Cousins, left him behind though. Dabrowski kick off the ground, goes towards Gibbs, Rivet the big man, he tries to get down. Dabrowski, he bends down, tries to pick it up. Hearn's there, they're hassling him. And over the top, Russell Hearn. Jones is there as well, fighting hard for it. The umpire will come in and ball it up at half forward for North Geelong.
Few bodies on the line, Pete, in that
it's fairly,
passage of play.
Fairly hectic. Actually, both these teams are very, very similar. You know, they've got good on ballers and slower big fellas.
Raschy does the ruck work, gets it down to Hearn, tackled. Well, the umpire had the whistle in the mouth, then didn't blow it. So the kick has gone for Corio to centre wing. Cullen can't take the mark, but gets the ball down forward. Handballs to Dabrowski, running through the middle. He eludes a tackle, gets it to Rivet. Rivet over the top to Clifford. Clifford now takes the player on. Handballs to Charles. If he can get over the top here, it's in Tate's arms. He's 20 metres out, acute angle, and has missed. Well, I don't know. I can see Laurie de Goldie not far from our broadcast point, head in his hands. The kicking is atrocious at goal for Corio. They've missed again. Behind the Tate 6-7-43. Corio, they trail North 9-2-56. Raiders bingo scoreboard 19.5 minutes second quarter.
And what's damaging, boys, is most of the kicks that have been bad ones at goal haven't been under pressure.
You took the words right out of my
They
mouth,
are
Peter.
just so simple. That one there, it was just, he had plenty of time, line it up, and he does a little hooky kick.
Kick-in's found Rowe in the right back pocket for North Geelong. Goes to the right boot now. Wobbly kick, just sets it up. Brings rain. Jones in front, off hands Cullen at the front. Handball back to Ricky O'Toole. Goes to the left foot back towards Cousin Barry. Takes the mark in the middle of Osborne Park. Goes now with the right boot. Lead on. Lee Clifford's there in the middle. Goes up and takes a very good mark. 15 metres out directly in front, Lee Clifford.
We'll play that one, Pete.
And that was a great grab. And stuck the arms up there under immense pressure. 3 North Geelong players around him and took a great mark. Will line up for his third goal of the afternoon.
We should relate, Jace, yours and my conversation of about 1:30.
Could be the difference.
Could be the
Very
difference
important.
in the game.
Very important for Corio for him to
Yeah.
fire.
I tell you what, that was a magnificent mark.
Comes in from 15 metres out directly in front. Finish it off with a goal, son. He's done so. Goal number 3. 3 goals won this afternoon for him. The 7th for the Corio side. They go to 7-7-49. They trail North Geelong 9-2-56. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 21 minutes.
It's really time now that North kind of either stepped up or dug a little bit deeper. I think they really need something.
Pete,
They need a spark.
Corio's defensive mode of players flooding back to half back and then running forward, it seems to be North are taking too long to get the ball to boot.
Well, I think the main instigator there is Ricky O'Toole. As I said earlier, he's pretty hard to knock off the ball, so he's getting through 2 or 3 players.
In the middle, tapped down by Walton and follows up with strong body work. Hearn can't take the footy. It comes to Burns. A nice little handball to Gibbs. Back to Burns. Now on the left foot. Burns for North. Goes to centre half forward. Great contest one-on-one there between Gundry and Raschy. It's picked up there by Ferguson. Round the corner. He finds Priddle on the lead. And that tested the hammy out, Pete. He was running pretty hard then and at full stretch and has taken the mark.
It'll be interesting to see whether it kicks through the ball now.
Yes, very good point. He's 35 metres out, 45-degree angle out of side here at Osborne Park, kicking to the northern end. Probably almost directly into whatever breeze is here. He's gone back 70 metres. Now starts his run in. He's going to kick from about 40. Not a bad looking kick. It's gone across the face of goal. Up high is Raschy, but can't beat Keating. Strong hands. The shorter man has taken the mark in the last line of defence for Corio. So Keating now clears it long, coming to the Melbourne Road side. Up high was Rowe and gets a fist to the footy. Out of the hands of Ricky O'Toole, and it's gone over the boundary line. Half forward flank, this time on the western side of Osborne Park.
Eric, that kick of Rory's then, I reckon it probably only travelled 35 metres, maybe a touch more. So obviously he's not prepared to let fly.
Good point. As the ball comes in, Raschy and Hearn both go for the tap. Comes there to Lockwood. He's tackled pretty high, Lockwood, but the umpire has put a whistle on play and will throw the ball up. So good tackle there by King in the eyes of the umpire. Now half forward flank for North Geelong. Umpire puts the ball in the air. Raschy does the ruck work, taps it down to Flack. Over the top, but only as far as Barry O'Toole. He eludes a tackle, gets the handball toward the boundary. Keating can't control it. And once again, we'll have their boundary umpire brought into the game, throwing the ball in almost an identical position from whence he threw it about a minute ago. So boundary umpire, half forward flank, puts the footy in. Raschy, lovely tap down, finds Elzinger. He kicks to the head of the goal square. Priddle again, under a bit of pressure. I don't think he's moving as freely now as he was earlier, but, well, a Tiggy Touchwood one, I think. He and Ricky Bingham were probably tagging each other's jumpers. The umpire has seen fit to pay it to Bingham. And Ricky Bigham goes long to the outer side. Tate, strong use of the body on that occasion ahead of Burns. He's probably 6 or 9 inches taller and takes the mark comfortably. This time outer side, long kick from Tate. Goes to half forward. Darryl Jones at the back of the pack. He meets a good solid bump with Lee Clifford, and off their hands the ball's gone over the boundary line, just forward of centre wing toward the southern end, to which Corio are kicking. 24 minutes gone, second quarter. Corio 7-7, trail North Geelong 9-2.
Boundary throw in. Weiss comes across to do the ruck work against Clifford. Weiss from behind, taps it over the back towards Price. Price goes with a left foot kick towards half forward. Ferguson against the couple over the back. 2-on-1. Flax there. Handball to Elzinger. He gets wrapped up. Did he duck his head? Umpire said play on. Then he got tackled again. Ratchie's there. Handball back to Elzinger off a step. Goes with a wobbly kick towards Priddle in front. Can't take the mark. And Gundry will get back there for Corio first. Handball back towards Ricky Bigham. And he runs it through for a behind to the North Geelong side. So they go to 9-3-57 North Geelong, and they lead Corio 7-7-49. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard.
Half-time AFL, Hawthorn 10-5, lead Fremantle 5-6, and Geelong 9-6, lead Melbourne 7-3.
Kick in by Bigham here, finds Cockrell. Kick over the top looking for Matty King, doesn't hit him though, and Elzinger at 50 goes towards Flack, who leads out. Marks will kick from 35 metres out. And he was thinking about a kick on. He does. He goes to Corey Lockwood, who sets him up right in front of goal, 40 metres out.
I reckon he's further out than what Flack was.
Oh, yes. Well, we'll see how he goes. He's directly in front. Corey Lockwood. We've seen a couple of Corio players miss to the left-hand side at this end in the first term. Phil Boyle, Barry O'Toole. We'll see how Corey Lockwood goes. Flack was trying to stand right next to him to try and get the footy back, I think, but Lockwood will come in from 40. Gives it everything he's got. And has it got enough? No, it's into the pack at the front. Priddle tried to get a kick away. Again, back towards Elzinger. Off a step, kicks the goal.
That was incredible.
Troy Elzinger has put his
machine
first on the board. And that is the 10th for North Geelong. They go to 10-3-63 and they lead Corio 7-7-49. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 26 minutes played.
Pete, Corio almost had a wall of players across the goal line, so whoever kicked it had to kick it into the body, and it rebounded 15 metres straight into Elzinger's arms and kicked the goal.
Bouncing off legs and knees. And
bit of soccer going on out there.
Oh, incredible.
But I think at this point of
steadied.
time, that's a very, very important goal for North Geelong. Very important.
26 minutes gone second quarter, absolutely. Most important. So, umpire Farnsworth puts it in the air. Weiss gets a tap down ahead there of Walton. Well, nice little handball from Cousins to Ricky O'Toole. He can't control it. The ball comes back to Friars. Gee, there's the ball being flicked in and out of packs here. North Geelong come clear. Scown, can he run onto the footy? He can't. Cousins worried him out of that, Johnny Cousins. Now as David Gibbs throws the ball forward. Keating picks it up on the wing. Kicks it for Corio towards the full forward position. Jones drops a diving chest mark, comes in the arms there of Clifford. He's tackled as he kicks the footy. Oh, great work, McCarthy. Attacked the football. If he'd missed it, two Corio players, including Phil Boyle and I think Justin Tate behind him, and a dead set goal for Corio. But great work there by Dan McCarthy. Has seen the ball over the boundary line, 10 metres from the behind post, deep in the attacking area for Corio. Umpire about to put the ball in front of the change rooms here. Weiss taps it back into the corridor. Good tap. Lockwood picks it up over the top to Zitko. Zitko's really got no one to kick to, so he kicks to space on the outer centre wing. Gundry leads in the race for the footy. Ratchie's made some ground in kicking it off the ground. Unfortunately, it's going to be an interesting decision, but the boundary umpire was 75, 80 metres behind. The free kick has gone to Corio. Dabrowski's in the middle of the ground on his own. Takes the mark. Chips it over the top to Walton. Walton usually doesn't like kicking the footy too often. He's at 65 metres from goal. He kicks it toward the full forward position. Jones taps the ball forward. Who's going to pick it up for North? It's McCarthy. Weaves through a tackle. He's kicked it. He's got to be spot on here because Scown is surrounded by Corio players, and he's just absolutely got nobody to kick the footy to. Now he's got to go back into the middle of the ground, which he does, and he's found Burns at centre half back. Well, it was good work there by Corio. However, they've gone wide, North Geelong in defence again to Zitko on half-back flank, and Mario's taken the mark. Finds Russell Hearn inboard. Little chip pass finds Hearn. He's got Burns going through the middle of the ground. He's going to have to take the mark because he's got Clifford descending on him very, very quickly, but Burns is equal to the task.
Wait, that's 6 possessions and they're not outside 50.
No,
That's 7 possessions and they're not outside 50.
So they chipped it back across the ground again. This time McCarthy. He's going to chip it a little bit further forward. He's found Daniel Gibbs. So we've just got outside 50. What's 7 possession,
8.
Pete?
That was 8.
So
8
Daniel
to get
Gibbs now, a
It's a
shocking kick
terrible
from
kick.
Gibbs. He's over the top there of Flack, straight in the arms of Lazarick. Lazarick, the handball to O'Toole, picked up by Shea Walker, just on the ground. Lazarick, handball back to Ricky O'Toole. Ricky O'Toole's running towards 50. He's got sights on the goals. He's put it in the air. It's a long kick and a land in the goal square. Lee Clifford, absolutely made for him. The only player with eyes for the footy, takes the mark in the goal square and the opportunity to kick his 4th goal. So Lee Clifford, 5 metres from goal, goes back and kicks the goal. So Clifford's kicked his 4th. Corio kicked their 8th. They're 8-7-55. They trail North Geelong 10-3-63. Raiders bingo scoreboard 29.5 minutes. Second quarter.
Sorry, Eric, we're just having a bit of a laugh off.
We give you some half-time scores from other games. Bannockburn 7-4-46 trail the Belmont Lions 10-10-70. That's what Peter's smiling about. And at Myers Reserve, Bellpost still 7-10-52 lead. Anarchy 4-7-31 by 21 points up at Myers Reserve. And looking at Ricky O'Toole for some blood, possibly. The umpire has said, so he's to come off and he'll be replaced. So a big second quarter by North Shore down at Central Reserve, Eric.
Yes, North Shore 11-7, 9-goal second quarter. They lead Colac 5-4. You don't beat North Shore by 11 goals at Windsor Park.
And get away with it.
They've got long memories.
Ricky O'Toole off the ground with the blood rule. Kane Hayes coming on. The umpire
There was a fair number of North players suggested that was
they
there
did.
too, didn't they?
Did, very much so. Pretty close to siren time here. We've been playing 30.5 minutes. Umpire will throw the ball in the air for Walker, who gets it down to Cullen. Handball to Cousins. He handballs it on, but it's chopped off by Rowe. Gets there and follows it up back towards half-back. Runs backwards, does well. Handball sets up for Iso. Terrible. Kane Hayes, first kick, straight down towards Phil Boyle on his chest. Takes the mark, 10 metres out from goal. Oh, well. Just the error with the handball, wasn't it, really? It was a slick handball at half-back to turnover. And Kane Hayes put it down the throat of Phil Boyle.
It's an old story, Pete. You don't handball to a bloke running away from his own goal, do you?
And have a look at the head. Hasn't done much in 2 quarters of footy.
So, Phil Boyle.
Oh, I tell you what,
no,
he hasn't
I think he's
that
missed as
surely.
well. Yes, he has. So, he kicked 1 goal 3, Phil Boyle, this afternoon. They go to 8-8-56 now, Corio. North Geelong 10-3-63. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 31.5 minutes played.
That probably, Pete, was the most crucial kick of the quarter.
And how could you miss from there?
I didn't kick a lot of goals, but I reckon I'd have kicked that. Gee. So we've got Zitko doing the kicking in, and what's happened this time?
The Corio runner is in the defensive 50 when the kick out was coming on, so that'll be a 50-metre penalty. So Mario Zitko will bring it up to defensive 50, or Darryl Jones, one or the other.
They're pretty quick to pick that rule up, aren't they?
It was picked up very smartly, umpire Gladke. He's been around for some 700 games, Pete, so I guess it's up to the 50-metre line. It's not the up to the centre square line, not the 50-metre line. So Jones now of North Geelong goes wide to centre wing. Gee whiz, he's set Rasty a fair task out there, 1 against 3. Cousins picks up the crumbs, back to Cockerell. Cockerell across the ground looking for Keating and finds him. Keating plays on for Corio now, goes towards the centre wing. The lead is on from Charles, he can't take the mark, ball comes to ground. Charles against 2.
Oh, well done.
Great work, Michael Rowe dives on the footy. Scown also is over the top of it. Coming in underneath is Keating, and the umpire has blown the whistle and said that it is his ball. So in front of our broadcast position, true centre wing, the central umpire will put the footy in the air once again. We've been playing 33 minutes again, so 2 very long first quarters. Weiss gets a tap down looking for Lockwood, and it's over the boundary line in front of the broadcast position. And the boundary umpire will throw the footy in once again. West Cricket 10-5 lead East Geelong 9-4 at half time.
Boundary throw in, centre wing, Weiss over the pack, Barry O'Toole. Walker gets it down, coming at it, Scown, who backs himself, runs away, handball over the top, sets up Elzinger at half back, he drops the football, Corio to send on it, Dabrowski's one of them, handball to Lee Clifford, tries to break the tackle, does so, gets a kick away towards the pocket, and it'll be out of bounds for a throw in the left forward pocket for Corio. So
the other half-time score, Thompson 5-10. They've improved a bit, but Werribee gone on to 16-7.
Ooh. So Werribee well in front at
Boys,
half-time.
North Geelong seem to to be missing their targets. Earlier they were hitting their targets very comfortably and very easily, but Corio seemed to have bottled it up. They've got 2 and 3 men running at the ball all the time, and they're putting them under pressure. They can't hit the target.
From the throw in, it was Rivet gets to the back of the pack. Picking the footy up is Hearn. Gets a handball clear. Another handball finally comes to player just on the ground.
Perkins.
Perkins for North, and he's chipped it over the top, but only as far there as King. King now, long kick back into the forward area for Corio. She was picked up there by Bolshevik, turns around the corner, puts it on the right foot, and I'll tell you what, he's kicked it. So Bolshevik, the goal sneak, has kicked the 9th for Corio. 9-8-62. They trail North Geelong by a point, 10-3-63. Raiders bingo scoreboard, 34.5 minutes now into the second quarter.
See Chad Rivet coming off the ground and Ricky O'Toole to come back on after that blood rule. And he'll be going down to the forward line. So they've worked their way back into it, Corio here, and they actually
this will be a bit of a mismatch, won't it? Darryl Jones on Ricky O'Toole.
They could have the lead too, Corio, if they had a kick straight. We'll see how they go. Weiss gets it down to Lockwood. Great play. Handball over the top to nobody. Keating tried to tap it on. And there is the siren for half-time. And it is North Geelong 10-3-63. They lead. Corio 9-8-62 by 1 point at the main break. In that quarter, North Geelong kicked 3 goals, 2, while Corio kicked 6 goals, 4. And it is a 1 point game at half-time. The goal kickers to half-time for the Magpies, 3 each to David Gibbs and Simon Flack, and singles to Troy Elzinga, Paul Price, Jason Rathje and Rory Priddle, while for Corio, 4 to Lee Clifford and singles to Phil Boyle, John Cousins, John Bolchevak, Davey Bigham and Matthew Cullen. It's 10-3-63 North Geelong. They lead Corio 9-8-62. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our Where Are They Now segment this afternoon, Eric.
Former player, umpire, Russell Twitt.
Russell Twitt. I think he might also be a tribunal member now, is he?
I think you might.
The GDFL. He's doing it all. We'll talk to Russell Twitt, and then we'll come back with the second half action of our matchday live coverage this afternoon between North Geelong and Corio to point the difference.